What is going on, YouTube? This is The Last Musketeer, and it's been a while. I know I haven't uploaded anything in quite some time, and leaving abruptly like that was probably something I shouldn't have done, but it was kind of hard to manage the time during then. There was a lot of things going on, a lot of things that were stressing me out, and so I just kind of had to walk away for a little bit, and I apologize for that, but I have things a little more situated. A lot of things have changed, and I'm in a better spot now to be able to make content. So I'm happy to be back at it. I missed making videos. I missed the interaction with people. And what better way to come back than to my Arknights free-to-play progress account. So I'm going to go over a little bit in this video talking about what the account looks like. For those of you who may not have seen videos in a while, those of you who are new, get a little rundown of what they're looking at going forward. And looks like Swire is getting tired of my rambling, so it's probably about time that I move forward. Though I will say one thing beforehand. In the comment sections, people had thought I had passed, and that's the reason I hadn't been uploading. I'm here to say no, that is not the reason, though it is kind of funny that it went around that way. No, I am very much healthy and happy and ready to make content again. So anyway, we'll get right into talking about some of the things. If you're new here, also I tend to ramble a lot in my videos. I talk quite a bit. All of my commentary is off the dome freestyled, so it does get a bit rambly at times, and I do apologize, but enough of that. We'll get into what my operators look like right now. I've got a decent setup, and as you can tell, it's pretty old. I don't have any newer stuff, at least for a long while, because I hadn't been there. Now, Swire is my top operator, and for those of you wondering, yes, Swire is my favorite, and she will always be my favorite. I do try to use her when I can. Sometimes I'm just trying to get out content, and I will use stronger teams. Obviously, she is the strongest in the game. I don't want to hear anybody say otherwise, because you just know how it goes. But anyway, there are a lot of new operators I want to work up, and of course my base lineup is strong and good enough to handle probably most content, if not all content, but I do want to work on some new things. I got Gladia recently, I got Exu recently from the returning program. Apparently when you return you get a free 6-star, but in a limited pool of operators, mainly the ones from like early on in the game. Exu was one that I really wanted though, so I took her. Lumen and Gladia, both from the record restoration that wasn't out yet when I had last played, so like I said, it's been quite a while. My 5-star lineups are looking pretty good. Cantabile I use quite a bit, and Blue Poison are my main 2 5-stars that I use quite often. But I now have something more to look forward to. I can get the Swire altar, which I was begging and pleading for so long, and of course they released her, and I quit before I got her. Very sad, but that's what I'm going to be going for, and hopefully I can find out a way when she will be here. Hopefully it'll be some kind of guarantee, but you know, I'm not going to hold my breath. If not, I will have to go through RNG, which hopefully my RNG is alright, but with the fact that I have no dupes of Swire, the OG Swire, I can't say that my luck is too great in that sense, but you know, we just gotta believe. But anyway, going over some of these side missions and old events, like I said, I went through the record restorations and pulled Gladia and Lumen, so I'm very happy to have them both in my squad. Gladia more because she is very useful in a lot of situations. It's one that I waited for quite some time, so it's good to come back and just pick them up right away. But I'm going to go into some of the stages. Now, this is not going to be a super long video. I'm not going to have a whole lot going on in it. I'll show some of these stages just as more so of a test for myself and to show kind of where I'm at. There was some other footage that I recorded, and I couldn't get it to work properly for some reason. It kept lagging really bad stutters. Hopefully I don't have that problem when I upload this, but this is kind of a test to see whether or not I'm going to be able to do this with my current hardware, and just to get myself back in the swing of things. So, like I said, short video, The ones after that will be a little bit longer, and I'll try to get more done and have more to talk about. But anyway, just your generic setup for this. I'm mainly using Thorns to clear the middle part of the stage, with Gavialter up top to lock things down, Perfumer as a good healer, and Texas Alter as a good quick drop unit to pump out some damage when I need it. Now Blaze is also one of my favorite characters, and I have her in my lineup quite a lot because she is very useful, very nice for holding down a lot of sections, especially with a reach once her skill 3 goes all the way. So yeah, pretty simple stuff, pretty easy stage. And next one for the boss stage, I did kind of enjoy this mechanic. It wasn't just a drop a heavy power unit, trying to take him out as quick as possible. Since he was undamageable and he's just leading these guys around, you had to protect them the whole time. And I do like that style over just the pump out as much damage. Like I said, I do like to work around with different things, so you can kind of expand your lineup to a different setup. Now I've got mainly just people that can deal damage and tank here. I don't need a whole lot other than that, because my whole thing is just keeping them alive to block the boulders and make sure that things don't get destroyed, and that these guys that are following him around don't take too much damage, because obviously if they do and they perish, then you will lose the stage. So mainly is just making sure that you put things down in right timings to block and guarantee that they're going to have a safe trip over. Now I did use Calcit up top so that Monster would take out some of the heavier hitters and more of the waves that come through. Thorn at the bottom with Saria. Saria is going to help with healing because the OG Gavial that I have down is not E2, so she doesn't have a whole lot of healing, but she does enough. Now Blaze facing down so that she can get some extra damage once her skill 3 activates. So Mudrock up top after to block the ones that drop down on the back lines to make sure that I don't fail that way. And I almost didn't notice the dog during this point. I'd ran this map a few times because I had to figure out exactly where these guys are going to run and what position I need to put everything to keep them from falling off. Because most of the time they'd either fall off or they'd just stop at a spot where the boulder would do too much damage to them. So I had to be very, very careful on that. But once I figured it out, pretty simple, pretty easy stuff. Now I know the EX stage of the boss is probably going to be a lot more difficult. And that's something to look forward to. I'm excited about that. I do like this mechanic. Just a little bit of strategic planning and you're good to go. So moving on to the first two EX stages, and like I said, there's not a whole lot of content in this video. It's kind of more so just getting back into the swing of things, but I promise there will be a lot more moving forward. But not a whole lot going on in this first EX stage. Mainly it was hot dropping Tex Alter to take care of some things, having Thorns run the middle by the stairs, and I throw Saria down as well to get a little extra block, a little extra heal, and I will use Calcit to basically take out some of the heavier hitters that they run through, but I don't think this stage really had too much of that going on. I was almost worried for a moment that that dog might be able to get past Myrtle, but she held her ground. Beautifully done. I can always rely on her. But I am also going to have Gnosis on this map, and this a character that I use quite a lot. You know, I never see a whole lot of people use him other than maybe like the IS stages. But he is a fantastic character for me. He's very good for locking things down for a little bit, doing a little extra burst damage when I need it. Sometimes he's just there to hold. It's the same thing with Mystima. You know, not a lot of people use her because there are better utility out there. There are better characters. I get that, but they're personal favorites of mine, and I like to use them when the time comes around. But her slow is such a fun mechanic to deal with, especially if you can get someone like Gavialter near an open hole and just pull people into it, especially with the knockback along with her slow. It's a fantastic synergy. I love stuff like that. And I have to experiment more. I should have experimented more with this stage and tried to pull more people in. It's just one of my favorite things to do. But anyway, going into EX2, we have Myrtle on the bottom for DP Gen Bagpipe up top, just to make sure that nothing runs through for the moment. BP will handle most of it. BP also one of my favorite 5-stars. I've used her for so long. She's a fantastic unit. It's got a lot of good utility, not just in physical damage, but a little bit of arch damage on top of it. Thorns holding the left side, of course, you don't really have to say much about Thorns. He is an absolute monster when it comes to holding. I'm going to drop Saria in front of him just to make sure that he doesn't take too much damage and gets a little bit extra heal so we can maintain some of these positions. Blaze on the right side just to keep people from running through. One side cover the holes with the boards to allow the civilians to run through, so she handles that quite easily, and then all I have to do is take out the last dude on top and it is good. But anyway, like I said, not long of a video, so that'll be all the stages for this one. I'll clear a lot more and try to get a new video out. Try to get it back to how it used to be, and I'm looking forward to doing this again. It's been fun, it's been good to be back in the short time that I have been back. And also, speaking of content, Arknight Infield shall be dropping soon, at least the beta, and I did sign up for the beta, and hopefully I'll be able to get in and make some content on that. I'm very, very excited for that. I've been looking forward to that project for quite some time. I haven't got to play it myself at all, so it'll be a brand new journey for me. And let me know what people think on that, if you have any concerns or whether or not you're going to be able to want to play it yourself. I know some people are into the Arknights genre in general, but some people like this way more than an open world. But I'm curious to see what people think, so let me know. But that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.